So we made it to Marum summit due to bad weather coming in. So if anything does start going wrong, the tent starts to blow over, then I'm here alone. During my volcanic expeditions, I've camped in some of the world's harshest and most remote places. But it is getting worse. You're not really supposed to cook in your tent. But I don't want to go outside. Okay, this is starting to get bad. It's flipped a 20-litre water container off the edge of my tent, and now it's starting to rip the cover apart, so I'm just going to have to go outside and fix it. This place is just hell. I'm sat in a tent on my own on top of one of the most active volcanoes in the world with 100-kilometre-an-hour winds, and I can hear the volcano roaring in the distance, and everything's glowing red outside. 4 years later, on the other side of the planet, I'm camping again, but this time, not out of choice, because a volcano has left my team and I without a roof over our heads. Almost 300 miles off the west coast of Africa is the Spanish-ruled Canary Island of La Palma. Despite its balmy climate, beautiful beaches and banana plantations, the island is relatively unknown. But today, it will draw the attention of the whole world. Lava begins exploding from a ridge barely a mile above the nearest town. It oozes downhill. In its path are the homes of 7,000 people. I heard about the eruption literally 2 hours ago, and already we've made arrangements to get out there on the ground as soon as possible. I'm catching the first flight out to the nearby island of Tenerife, with a view to documenting the eruption and helping locals in any way I can. Getting out there and getting onto the ground as fast as possible is crucial for making sure we're able to document the activity from its earliest days right the way through this eruption's lifespan. It's always a bit risky, heading out to an eruption what's not classed as stable yet. I mean, for an eruption to become stable, it takes weeks or months or even years, and this one's literally 3 hours old. In normal circumstances, I'd be installing monitoring equipment or taking lava samples from inside a volcano. But it's just too dangerous for that right now. So I'm hoping to use my contacts on the ground to document this historic eruption. Well, I've headed straight out, and there's no connections. The flight's going into La Palma a little bit sketchy right now. Might not be available. Less than a day into the eruption, and volcanic ash already chokes the airspace around La Palma. So the only way there is by ferry. You can see it's quite tense around. We've got military vehicles. It's such a small island out there that they don't have like a strong emergency services. And now we're seeing like an eruption that's potentially going to wipe out a lot of the main town. And you see the military vehicles rolling in, ready for what's potentially a really shit time for the people of La Palma. As emergency vehicles continue to board, I meet a passenger named Fernando. Hey man, how's it going? So you said you live out there?
Yeah, this house.
We're from La Palma.
Are you from there?
Yeah.
Are you going back to see your friends? Or?
Actually, I'm going back to see my parents because my house is somewhat in the middle of the way from the volcano to the sea. So
Wow. You and your family are directly involved with the situation. Like you have to be there.
Be there and actually be able to give them a hug or something if someone gets nervous or something like that.
Yeah.
So definitely fish out there.
Everyone out there is going to be affected by this eruption in one way or another. It's a small island, a lot of people. Yeah, you kind of feel sorry for them. So that's us leaving Tenerife to La Palma. It's pretty scary, to be honest. Two hours later, I reached La Palma, a dramatic hunk of rock jutting out of the sea, 2,450 meters in altitude. The island houses a bustling population of 85,000, 7,000 of whom live directly in the path of the advancing lava flow. I have just got to the eruption site. We're as close as I can get, and it is going on. You can hear the earthquakes shaking the glass of that building behind me. But yeah, right now, that is a huge strombolian activity going on. Fountain and lava jets, 75 meters in the air. It's not pulsing, it's non-stop. All of a sudden, this sleepy little town has come alive to the point of eruption. And what a spectacular eruption as well, that is huge. I've seen a lot of vehicles heading out with mattresses strapped to them. People fleeing from their homes, grabbing whatever they can do to get out. Oh, I wish I could get closer. I want to be at the lava flow, exactly where that lava flow is coming through the town. That's where I want to be. Nah, that is over 100 meters in the air. That is huge. You can feel the tremors run through the ground. As soon as that goes, you feel the aftershocks come right through you. One of the craziest things I've ever seen. As the eruption enters its second night, I meet up with my camera crew.
Yo!
Filmmakers Lauren.
How are you?
Very well.
And Ollie.
How you doing?
I've been.
I don't know, there's always like an adrenaline buzz that you get from running into a location that you know is, yeah, erupting.
The first thing we need to do is meet with Spanish volcanologists.
First thing tomorrow morning, yeah?
Yeah, first thing tomorrow morning.
2 days ago, a volcano on the island of La Palma began to erupt, throwing the homes of 7,000 people directly in danger's way. And as lava sweeps through the streets, disaster response teams help residents evacuate. For safety reasons, the military cordon off the area to everyone, including locals. We've got some pretty serious looking vehicles and some pretty serious looking people. On the edge of the exclusion zone is the Spanish government's mobile emergency hub. I'm here to see how I can help. Everything that we see around here is brought in for this response, and they've drawn in services from all across Spain, from Tenerife, but there's only so much control you've got over an eruption like what's going on in the background there, which is phenomenal. They've got their work cut out. I'm looking to meet with the volcanology department. Sorry, a lot of cameras, but this is the rest of the team.
I just follow him around everywhere.
This is volcanologist Stavros. His team saved lives by alerting the authorities of the incoming eruption, giving locals enough time to evacuate.
For us was a victory, the prediction of the eruption, so we have no injury, we have no casualties. That was maybe the most important thing. the first victory of the war.
There's a lot of people coming up to you and asking you about what's happening next. You've got some answers, or the guy with all the answers at the moment?
No, all the answers right now, it's impossible. We are still in the first week of the process. We have to understand that things change quickly.
Yeah.
Stavros tells me he will try and gain my team access within the cordon.
Nice one.
It's in the field.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ciao.
But as we set off for the eruption site, I receive a message from Stavros.
Right now, after the evacuation, it's a little bit complicated working in the zone because if people cannot get in to have some clothes or whatever, there is no sense that the others can get in.
The only people allowed into the exclusion zone are the Spanish government employees. Anyone else who wishes to cast an eye on the lava flow needs to head off-piste.
Oh, shit. Come on.
Sounded like a little bit of a scratch on his belly.
From this hill, southwest of the cordon, it's possible to see the lava's progress.
Right.
Is that wind that we can hear?
No, that's the eruption. Yeah.
How far away are we?
I think it's probably about 7k.
That must be terrifying if you're living under that. Imagine if that's your house and that's your background noise the whole time.
It's like just constant thunder.
Yeah.
Residents are flocking to this hill to find out if their properties are still safe.
This is normally is a beautiful spot to come up and spend the evening. A glass of red, chill out. And instead, today you've got people coming up and looking over their hometown, their village, the place they love, and just watching it getting destroyed. I'm just going to throw the drone up, and then we can have a look from a safer location.
Three miles up the hill, a 12-meter high wall of searing rock advances through town, destroying everything in its path.
The lava flow is just engulfing a house.
Oh, whoa.
What's happening, love?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's just like tumbling lava.
Super hot solidified lava forges forward, pushed by a river of molten rock further up the flow.
Building collapse.
Yeah, oh my word!
It's not got massive speed, but it looks dangerous because it's like there's like lava bombs and like tumbling rocks coming out of it. Yeah, it'd be really dangerous if you were anywhere nearby because it could just throw one at you.
As soon as I got the drone up, there was a guy came running over and he seemed quite distressed, and he asked me if I could do him a favour, if I could go and send the drone over to his house.
Un poco más acá.
Wait, can we point to your house?
Sí, un poco más a la derecha.
Where is it?
Sí,
Where is the church?
Yeah.
The church behind the church, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Where? And as we were flying, he was pointing out his neighbours' homes, and all these homes are in the firing line.
Okay. And
This way?
Por aquí, un poco más a la
yeah,
derecha.
this way. Yeah, this way.
Just with a tilt of the camera.
Que empieza a subir.
A little bit up.
Oh,
yeah.
Esta es mi casa,
one?
niño. Sí, señor.
Oh shit, man.
It was almost signed, like he realised that he's going to lose his house.
Que ya nos está llegando, tío. Mi vecino.
The neighbor and everything, yeah.
I just saw his head drop and this look of, you know, he's about to lose it all.
Go on.
Down the lava.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Okay,
No worries, man. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Thank you, mate.
He walked off. I don't think he had any words to say.
What did you see there, Chris?
Absolute destruction. Already the lava flow's engulfed part of that building. It'll be very close to collapsing. It's impending. There's nothing you can do to stop. You're literally slow motion watching everything you know about your life, where you've been brought up, being taken away from you. So I genuinely feel for him.
And this man is not the only one about to lose everything.
We are the only people here that don't seem to be locals. Every single person here seems to be watching their home being destroyed. It's heartbreaking.
That's the look of a man who's about to lose a lot. Shit, man. Oh.
While I'm here, I feel it's my duty to tell La Palma's story.
This is Inferno. I don't know in English, but this is complete apocalypse now. No?
As the escalating humanitarian crisis grips the world, journalists flock from all over the globe.
It's strange because it reminds me quite a lot of a zoo. Like, it's turned into a zoo here, but it's not a caged animal. It's a force of nature that we're observing.
With mounting pressure from the media for pictures the far side of the police cordon,
4? 4? Yeah.
the Spanish authorities finally give us a break.
What does this remind you of, Chris?
Going to school.
We've been invited on an excursion.
Always the naughty kids on the back of the bus.
This is an exclusive press trip, we hope, to the far side of the cordon. With over 100 other journalists, bloggers, and social media influencers.
It's a media frenzy.
It is, yeah, there's cameras everywhere.
We don't actually know where we're going. We've just, he's apparently taken us to the volcano site.
I've never been herded onto the back of a school bus. It was quite a surreal experience. It feels like we're going on a little field trip.
At the checkpoint, the bus stops.
Normally this is where our stopping point. We don't get any further than this.
A volcano rains hell on the island of La Palma, and I'm on a press tour, hopefully to the far side of the police cordon.
They're actually checking and stopping and questioning the guys on the way through. It doesn't seem like they've just given the clearance to blast through.
Exceeding every expectation, we're waved through.
Cameras are literally flying up into the air now. You can tell people are getting excited, and we're getting pretty close to the event. It looks like there's a scramble now. People are trying to push aside, and it's probably going to be a scrum down at the bottom very shortly. These houses now, there's still closed on the washing line. These guys must have just fled instantly. If a fissure like that opens up in your back garden, you're not going to fold your washing and do the ironing, I think. Come on, let us out. Don't go, just give us a drive-by.
The bus pulls up.
Are we getting off?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's a dream come true for over 100 desperate journos, all hungry for a close-up with the world's hottest media sensation.
Wow. This is like some kind of disaster movie.
Yeah. some very bizarre disaster movie where it's a media sensation and everybody's running around with cameras. It's like you're going to visit the zombies, but
they've all got cameras.
They've all got cameras, yeah.
Oh my word. I've seen a few volcanoes now, never seen anything like this.
Just look at that. Now we might be, we came here on the back of a school bus. But I don't care, that's awesome.
It's mesmerising, like it's absolutely phenomenal. It's got so much force. It feels like it's never going to stop anyway, because it's just like chucking it out.
Just look at that. That's how much fallout is in this area. And it'll be so much more further down.
I would never want to be in the line of fire of that.
It's the front page photo op that everyone's been waiting for.
Señores, por favor, les pido, no pasen de la zona, carajo.
There's always some naughty kids in there.
Oh, we're all being moved. We're being moved.
Okay.
Gracias.
What were you?
Oh, that is just crazy. I've had some pretty crazy bus journeys in my life, but looking out the back window and seeing a Strombolian eruption fountaining jets of lava 200 metres in the air kind of tops it. I'm going to be honest right now. That's a beast.
As the monster eruption enters its third night, the crew and I retreat to our flat. But even though we're 2.5 miles away from it, the volcano still makes its presence known.
Gosh. That noise was the door banging. Whoa! That was loud.
Whoa. Yeah, we sat there, we were just having dinner, and then there was like a really strong earthquake. And the whole, it felt like the windows were about to smash. Just everything shook, the whole house shook. Crazy activity tonight. Throwing lava bombs 300 meters into the air. Vertical, but also like really wide this evening.
It's so loud outside. The volcano's gone into overdrive. Something has shifted, definitely. It's quite unnerving. Chris is fine. Chris is loving it. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty scared. Morning.
Morning.
Oh my gosh. It's filthy out here. What have you been up to?
I just emptied out my backpack.
Look at this. It's proper thick. It's like soil. Sometimes you can like taste it in the air, can't you? Like you can feel the little particles in your mouth. You know, and you get sand in your teeth and you can feel a bit of a crunch. It's like that.
The morning light gives shocking visual confirmation that this eruption has progressed to the next level.
It's really explosive eruptions at the moment, and you're seeing, even through the cloud and the volcanic ash, the shockwaves radiating from the crater.
Whoa! Oh look, I saw it. Oh God.
That's a pretty serious shockwave. That's a pretty serious shockwave. It's also crazy because you see it and you're watching the shockwave spread out, and then you lose it from your visual here out there, and then all of a sudden you're hit by it. You can feel it all the way through your chest. This one's big.
Did you see a shockwave?
Wait for it. This is a big one. Wait. Not as big, but more pressure off that one. You felt more like a wave with that one. The shockwaves from very explosive activity coming from deep within the crater. Just that pressure build and the blockage, and then the final give of that blockage, and that's where it's throwing huge amounts of material up into the sky, and that's when you get these really loud shockwaves.
I always thought that visual pulse was just something you see in the movies and video games. I didn't realise it actually happens in real life.
And again. Yeah, they're pretty intense.
I know it's 2 kilometres away, but I'm just get big.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fernando, the man I met on the ferry, tells me about a community meeting place where people have stories to tell.
I send the location if you want, and you can go direct and talk with some people there.
But as the eruption ramps up, so does the emergency response.
Yeah, there's a lot more flashing lights going around and things have stepped up a gear, I think.
And we receive a text from our accommodation.
Just spoke to Alan.
Yeah.
He said the police just stopped him and said he has to take his stuff and go. He says it's best to book on the other side of the island. The area around the hotel is being evacuated for safety as explosion expected.
I mean, I'm expecting this is because of the increasing activity of large projectiles.
The increased activity has prompted authorities to widen the evacuation zone, meaning our base is now off limits.
You was living here?
Yeah, the apartment.
You cannot go now.
Okay, there.
It's really spot now.
Okay. It's dangerous.
We have to consider leaving the island. But first, we need all our gear.
I guess we're just part of the system of evacuation protocol now. We can't...
We go now to the police.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They come here.
Cool, and then we can go and take the stuff.
But we're here.
Okay.
Spanish police arrive and escort us into the exclusion zone.
So they've given us 15 minutes to get up there and get our stuff out. And we've got the military heading down here. This is a UMA.
Importante es sacar las cosas, ya luego grabamos.
It is. Pack and film. You got a head thing? Everyone got their passport?
I haven't seen it, but I assume there's a... But that's a good backpack to take. Right, that's us, I think.
On our way out of town, we see why the government have widened the exclusion zone.
Where you see the whiter, bluish smoke coming from, lower down the flight, that's the new fissure that's opened up. And you can just make out the lava flows heading down to the right, lower of it. It looks also like more than just one fissure you've got there. You've also got a flow coming from a place just to the right. But it looks like the main activity of that fissure is that main one where we see the degassing. So what we're looking at now is a change in this eruption and potentially a lot more homes lost as we see lava flows racing down the hill in a new direction. Whoa, a lot of material coming down. Are you filming that, Loz?
The fresh lava flows have pushed 1,000 more islanders from their homes and us from our beds for the night.
We're just gonna have a little bivvy in the woods.
You like this kind of stuff, don't you? You're secretly happy that we've been doing it out, I bet.
I'm quite happy for it. So, I mean, there are other places that we could camp, obviously.
Beach?
Beach or anywhere. Picking the highest point of the island on top of a crater rim is a little bit of my choice. Because if we're going to camp, we may as well make it exciting.
A few miles from the mountain's highest point, we find a sheltered spot.
Good luck finding a place to pitch a tent here, though.
In a very steep ravine.
It's not really the easiest section to scramble through.
It is super slippery. Well, today we got a call saying that we needed to leave and evacuate our accommodation as soon as possible. But yeah, so that's where we are now. We're here, camping in the woods. It was too late to find accommodation, and I think it wouldn't have been possible. I don't really know where it's going to remain open. And we have tents, so we're all right. And sleeping bags. We came well equipped.
Compared to residents, we're lucky. Around us is an entire island in turmoil.
Any way possible that we can help whilst we're here, yeah, that'd be great.
The volcanic island of La Palma has been erupting for 1 week. Lava forges towards the ocean, destroying everything in its path. Meaning we've been sleeping in the mountains.
This road tracks around the crater rim. Pretty unbelievable road to be driving on. Way above the cloud, way above the eruption site that's ongoing at the moment.
From here, on La Palma's highest road,
what a view.
Oh my goodness.
the island's volcanic history is plain to see.
And this is the highest road that goes across the island, and it's absolutely incredible. It cuts through this volcanic landscape, and you can see the banding all around of different timescales of this eruption. And also that's what tells you what this is. This is just one massive crater.
This jagged valley is Taboriente crater. Approximately 1.8 million years ago were a series of underwater eruptions which caused lava to bubble from the ocean floor and build up 1.5 miles above sea level. And thus, La Palma was born. Since then, smaller eruptions have caused the island to grow in size.
And this eruption that we see right here is the next in line. That's a new element of this island.
The current eruption then is tiny in comparison to what this once was.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, also, it's still a baby.
It also makes you realise like it actually could have popped up anywhere.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And it just chose that little point there.
The weakest point.
Mm.
Yeah, so we had news early this morning that the lava flow has accelerated.
With the red-hot torrents surging through towns, emergency services have urgently sped up their evacuation of residents. But many people escaped with only the clothes on their back. The local sports stadium is now a crisis relief centre.
It's already full of gifts, donation of clothes, food, toiletries. I don't know, this also hammers home the effect that this is having for many. This is their kind of next line of choice. It's all they've got.
The centre is run by volunteer Elena. Helping her is local man Fernando, who I met 1 week ago on the ferry to La Palma.
Have you found it quite stressful coming back?
We lost our home.
Oh shit, man.
It's hard. The hardest thing is watching the people you know for many years and you know their situation and everything. Watching them suffer the same thing, and you never really expect that that's going to happen to you.
Yeah. Sorry, man. You have a sports hall now full of clothes and everything. Where is it all came from?
Después desde el primer momento, la gente se ha volcado en traernos donaciones, tanto de aquí de esta isla como fuera de la isla, y la verdad que muy agradecido y no tenemos palabras de agradecimiento porque es una solidaridad en mayúsculas que la verdad que no lo pensábamos.
I want to wish you all the best, and it looks like you're doing a fantastic job, and I just really want to wish you all the best. And if there's anything that I can do, like sharing social media, anything, hopefully also with the documentary we can bring a highlight to this eruption, because you're not going to be through this in the next 6 months, and hopefully this documentary will bring financial support.
That's super helpful. That's going to be crucial, I think. Lo que dice un poco primero que darte las gracias por esto, gracias por el trabajo que estás haciendo coordinando todo esto, porque la verdad es que tampoco es fácil, precisamente por eso, porque estamos viendo a gente que están haciendo un trabajo fantástico y de veras que muchísimas gracias por esto. Y que es lo que hay, y además ayuda después cuando ya un poco la voz se pasa a otro lado.
Gracias, thank you. Gracias. Yeah. Thank you so much, and good luck.
I'm nearly in tears.
The situation is still so raw here. It's not even over. They're literally they're in the first week of it. You go through your life, through a job, through a career, building your foundations of life and building your home essentially, and then to have that wiped out in a matter of hours or days is something that I'll never be able to understand. And yeah, my heart goes out to everybody there who's lost their home.
La Palma's volcanic disaster is fast becoming a humanitarian crisis. And there's little I can do here that the Spanish authorities don't already have in hand. However, we still have a rental car for one more night.
No, so I'm just arriving at the ferry terminal in La Palma. Supplies and goods have been shipped over from Madrid, a load of donations arriving in tonight, and we're going to be helping the volunteer organisation bring them over to the other side of the island. It's nice though, because I know we're out here filming as well and documenting the crisis, but it's also nice to just be able to use a vehicle and our manpower, human power to assist in any way.
We're meeting Fernando and a small army of volunteers.
Go on. How's it going? So they've arrived, the goods have arrived, is it? I'll get a face mask on as well.
We can go over there.
This team of volunteers have received 5 tons of donations which need to be transported to the Crisis Relief Centre.
Right, let's get a truck unloaded.
So, they need all the vehicles they can get.
You can be the nappy car.
We'll be the nappy car. We can take that one. Yeah. It's really nice to see the level of community that's developed.
This is like the tragedy.
There's a sense of camaraderie between everyone who is coming together and doing whatever they can to help one another out. Everybody who I have run into and spoke to is being so positive in this time of crisis.
You know that game, Tetris?
Oh yeah, you stack it. Yeah. Yeah.
Bye-bye, thank you.
Gracias. Thank you so much. Yeah. Take care.
You too, okay?
On the far side of the island, we unload.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for letting us help you this afternoon.
Yeah.
You guys help me out.
It's past midnight, and Fernando and the tireless team will be back to distribute this aid first thing tomorrow.
Very impressed by you, Fernando.
Yeah, and the rest of the team as well. Everyone's just like getting in there.
Yeah, let's see what we get.
Cheers, man. Take care. Nice one.
Thank you so much.
Nice one, dude. Good driving.
The next morning,
It's crazy well that's so visible. Throwing jets of lava in the air. Whoa.
on our way to the ferry, we notice the lava has made significant progress overnight.
That's incredible to see. The lava flow has entered the sea. last night. I mean, over the course of 24 hours, we've seen the fissure that opened up rapidly accelerate all down the old lava flow and cross the plantations down at the bottom there.
Now, as lava forges new land from the sea, La Palma's people are afforded a brief respite from the destruction.
I mean, this is a huge turning point for this eruption. If this main channel develops, you'll see material get dumped directly from that new fissure that we can see, and just using this river all the way down.
We're leaving.
We are indeed. I don't know, it seems a bit strange to be leaving when the eruption is still ongoing. But we've came in there at early days, and there's no real signs of that letting up. It's one of the largest eruptions I've ever seen, and had such a humanitarian impact. Yeah, to meet so many people just right in the front line of it at the moment.
The rebuild and the work that's going to go into this is now a 5-10 year project, and it's just making sure that they get the right support to be able to rebuild not just their homes but also their lives.
I've seen from the spirit of people there, they are fighting through this, and yeah, I look to support them in any way in the coming years.
Almost 3 months later, and the eruption is still showing no signs of stopping. So I'll be returning with scientists inside the cordon.